Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here with My Vision Agency, and today we're continuing our website series where we have completely built the website using AI, and then we are actually using the website that we built, the template here, and we are recreating this inside of High Level. Now you can see so far, this is what we've built together. And the only thing that I did without you guys is I did go through and copy and paste all of the content from the website. And now what I want to talk to you about today is the font sizes that are optimal for the desktop and the mobile version. So if you missed any of that training, I put the playlist in the description of today's video. But today what I want to do is walk you through adjusting your website to ensure that you are staying within the font guidelines. Now, I have actually asked Manus what the optimal font sizes are for the desktop and the mobile view. So you can see here, we want to keep our headline between 36 and 42. We also want to keep our sub headline between 24 and 28. And you can see for the mobile view as well. We have the button text, navigation, the footer, and all of that. So we want to make sure that our website is optimized, but we also want to make sure that it looks really great and professional. And you're going to know the sizes that you need to choose based on the content that you have. You can see here, I did go through our icons here, and I just chose a icon from what's available here. Open office hours, I just looked for an icon that would work for open office hours. Okay, I did that. I pasted in the content. Now what we want to do is go through here and make sure that all of these things are the right size. So starting here with our header and our menu, the navigation says 16 pixels. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here and I want to make sure that the font size here for the text is 16 pixels. So we see 16 here. If I click here, we see 16, 16, FAQ 16. Here we go. All right. So what I want to do is I want to actually go through all of the text elements that I need to add, and I want to make sure that all of them meet the criteria. So I saw the navigation menu there, checked all of those. Now let's check the headline text. So I'm going to click here. The headline text says 36 to 42 pixels. So we have 36 here. So that looks good. We have sublet headline here, which is 24 to 28. We have 25 there. So that's good. We have the paragraph text, and it says 16 to 18, so that's good. We do have the button text here, and it says 16 to 18, so you can see that is good there. And then we have more paragraph text, so that is 18. So we want to make sure that as we go through our website that we're keeping all of the headline text the same size, all of the subheadline and the paragraph text and the button. And again, we have paragraph text, okay? So here is actually a subheadline. And so if we go up here, you'll see this subheadline is 25. So let's go ahead and make this 25. Okay, so it's 25 there. And then of course, this is paragraph text. So we see paragraph text here is 18. So we want to make sure this is 18. Now, what I highly recommend is just adding a cheat sheet somewhere as you scroll through so that you remember the sizes that you chose there. I am going to go to the subheadline text here. So we have the subheadline text is 25. So let's make that 25. We have 25 here. We have 25 here and 25 here. We have paragraph text, which is 18. So let's change this to 18. And I'm just going to copy all of this. And I will put the guidelines in the community in this post. Okay, so if you're in our free community or our paid community where this video is posted, you will see those font guidelines. So we have 18 here. Let's go ahead and click in this box and let's make this 18 as well. And let's make this 18 and we'll make this 18 as well. All right, now let's just go through and get all of the paragraph text and make it 18, and then we'll come back through, we'll do the subheadline text. This is just easier, I think. And when you want to edit the frequently asked questions element. If you click in there, you can go to font sizes, and then here is where you want to adjust the font. So I'm going to make that 18. And you don't need to do that for the rest of the sections because this is adjusting the font for the whole element here. So you'll see if we go back to general, go back to list 2, and then we go to advanced again, you can see that the font size is 18. We'll come back to the buttons. This is actually paragraph text, but it is the footer, so we'll come back to that as well. Okay, so right now on the desktop version, we have adjusted all of the paragraph text to make sure that it's the correct font size. We did the only headline title, which is on our page here, and you can see all the different elements if you don't know which one we chose. If you hover over it, you'll see headline, you'll see subheadline, and then you'll also see paragraph. So you can see which elements those are. Now, the next thing we want to do is adjust all of these subheadlines. Now, the subheadlines I like to make bold, and you'll see if you click in the box, you can adjust the size here, which we chose 25, but you can also choose the weight of the font. So since it's a headline here, we want that to be bold. So you can select that as well. So let's go through all the subheadlines, and remember these are subheadlines as well. So I'm going to click in there. We'll click in there. These are all 25. Let's go check the other subheadlines. So they're 25, and you can look over here to see that. So let's scroll through here and make sure they're all 25. Okay, so we've gotten all of that. We could also choose this here and make it 25 as well, even though it is in the footer. It's a little bit different. All right, so now we've gotten all the subheadlines. Now let's edit the text on the button. And it said it was 16 to 18 for the button. So let's look at this button here. And the font size here is 16, but it should be a little bit bigger. So we're going to choose 18 for the font of our buttons. We can even click up here and we could say this should be 18, but it is in the navigation menu. So maybe we want to leave that at 16. Now we can go through here. Again, we can paste that 18 in there, and we could even make the font on the buttons bold as well. So let's make sure this one is bold. Okay, let's go up here and make sure this one is bold. Okay, so we have our button here. We want it to be 18, and we also want the font to be bold. So now let's go through and edit all of these buttons. Now we want to work on the footer. So let's scroll down here to the footer area. And our suggestion was to have 14 as the font. So obviously the headers here or subheadlines are going to be a little bigger, but we want to make them comparative to this font here. Okay, so it should be 14, and we have all of these as 14 because we duplicated them, remember? But let's make these a little smaller. So maybe we want these headlines here to be 16 because it is the footer. So I'm going to click in here now, and let's change this to 16. Okay. Now let's scroll back up to the top here. Now we want to adjust some of the spacing here because you can see these aren't lined up very well. And we want to do that before we go into the mobile view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in here, and we're just going to play around with the spacing. And remember, the margin is the space on the outside, and then the padding is the space on the inside. Okay, so if I want to add more space here, then what I want to do is I want to add the space here. So maybe 40. Okay. And you can also adjust the line height here. You go to advanced. You can adjust the line height here. So if you don't really like that look, let's go back to 1.3. You can add more space there. So if we are going by this template here, you can see there's more space here. There's more space here. So maybe we want to add a little bit of space under here as well. Okay, let's look at the spacing here. So it does look like we have some space underneath the sub headline and the paragraph text. So let's click here and let's add some space. Okay, looks good. And anytime you're working with these types of rows, you'll see here that it will get misaligned if you don't have the same lines across. Now, what I mean by that is in this situation here, you'll see all of these subheadlines are actually taking up 2 lines, but this one only has 1 line. So to resolve that, all we really need to do is click enter. And you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to add another space. All right, now you can see now that our spacing has been adjusted, all of these are lined up correctly. Now let's check this. And you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of text. So we need to hit enter 2 times because we have 1, 2, 3 here. So I'm going to hit enter 2 times. Now you can see this is all lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and hit enter again here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hit enter again because even though this is on a different row, we still want to be consistent with the spacing of our boxes. So 1, 2, 3. Let's hit enter 2 times. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So all of our subheadlines, our icons, our text, all of that is lined up. Our boxes are the same size, so we're good to go. Now we do need to add some space at the bottom here, so we'll do the same as we did at the top, which is 20. And if we look at our sample, we scroll down here, we do have some space here. We have the title and then some space again. You'll see if you click in the box, you can come over here and then change the color. So maybe I wanted this to be orange. You could also make this bold if you want to by going up to the font weight. So we'll go ahead and do that here. We'll make it orange and we'll change the font weight. All right, in orange. You'll notice most of the things you're doing here, you just want to make sure that you're remaining consistent. Like you can see, these are actually 14, and it is a sub-headline. We might want to make it a little bit bigger. So let's make these bold. Okay, so now they're all orange and bold. If we look at our template here, you'll see that they're not very big. So we don't want to make it the same size as a sub-headline. So let's click in here. But let's make it a little bit better. Let's say 16. All right, so I'm going to copy this, click in the box, and Control V to paste. And let's do Control V to paste again. All right, now let's add a margin of 20 because that's what we did at the top. And if we click in this box here, you'll see the headline on the selected FAQ section is blue. We don't want that. So let's go to General, sorry, Advanced, Color Options, and we can change this to whatever color we want. Let's just make it black. All right. So now that we've adjusted all of the spacing on the desktop view, let's go to the mobile. Okay, now on the mobile view, it said the navigation should be 16. So we're in luck. So we're at 16 here. We have the headline text here, and it says on mobile view, it should be between 28 and 32. So we definitely want to adjust this. We can make it 32. And then on the mobile view, the sub-headline text should be 20 to 22. So let's make this 22. And then we have the paragraph text on mobile should be 16. So let's make this 16. And then the button should be 16 as well. So let's make that 16. And we have more paragraph text, which it said should be 16. All right, so let's recap here because what I want to do is remain consistent. And since we can adjust our headline here, I really don't like one word being on a line. So what I'm going to do is just hit the down arrow, and it's 29 there. And it is on 1 line. So I think I like that. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm just making a note here. 29 is the headline font. And then we have 22 is the sub-headline font. And then we have 16, which is the paragraph font for the mobile view. And we have the button text, which is 16 on the mobile view. All right. Now, if we scroll down here, you'll see we have more sub-headline text. And what we chose was 22. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 22. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go all the way down here and change all of these sub-headline texts to 22. Right, so now we've gotten all of our sub-headline text. Let's scroll up to the top. And then now let's work on the paragraph text. So I'm going to click in here and it says 16 already. So I just want to walk through here and verify all of these are 16. To adjust the FAQ section, again, we're going to go to the advanced section here, scroll down to font options, and now you'll see we're on the mobile view. So we're going to change the title font and the content font. So the content font is going to be 16, like we discussed. And then the subheadline for the mobile view that we chose was 22. So let's choose that. Okay, now the next thing that we want to adjust, if we scroll all the way back up to the top, is going to be the buttons. Now remember, this one's going to be a little different because it is in the navigation menu. So let's scroll down to our button here, and we did choose 16 for the button font size. So let's scroll down to our next button, and you'll see this one says 18. So let's choose 16 here, and let's do that for all the buttons. Okay, so now we've gotten all of the buttons set up here. Let's actually scroll to the bottom and work on the footer. So we talked about the footer needed to be on the mobile view 14, just like the desktop view. So let's click here and see, okay, that's 16, so that's good. And if we click in each of these, you'll see these are 14, which does help when we duplicate things. All right, so that's all good. Now, there are a couple things that I want to address. Let's go back to the desktop view, and we have this little section here, these sub-headline little elements here that we created. Now, these should be all white, just like our template, and we can make these bold. So let's make them bold, and let's click here and make sure that it's white. And we also want to make sure that it's the same size. So this is 18 white and bold. This here is 18 bold and white. This here is 18 bold and it is a white color. I'm going to click here, 18 bold and white. Let's go back to the mobile view. And of course, this isn't going to be 18. Let's make this 16. And we can make it bold, and it is white. So let's scroll down, or actually up. So we have 18. So this needs to be 16, bold, and white. And we have 16, bold and white. Now you can also see that this is scrunched over here, and we certainly don't want that. So let's go down to the padding here, and let's adjust this and make it 260. All right, so that looks good. Actually, maybe we want it to be like 265. Oops, not 2265. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. All right, now we have this one here, and same thing. We're going to do 16, bold, and white. All right, so now that looks really, really good. Let's look at the desktop view here. All of this looks good. Of course, we want to scroll through, make sure everything is lined up appropriately. So the only things that we have left to do now for the actual website is to create images. What I also want to show you how to do is to turn this into actually a lead generating landing page. Also, something else that I want to show you how to do is to change this website so that you can easily duplicate this and your clients can add branding and all of that. So we're going to talk about all of those things later on this week, but I just wanted to show you how to go through and to update all of the fonts and make sure that everything is consistent throughout your landing page for desktop and mobile view. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to go to our community. If you're a reseller in our program or you are a free member in our community, you can go to the events calendar. You want to click on today's date to join me in open office hours. If you're not a member of our community or our reseller program, you can go to myvisionagency.com and sign up there to join us. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you in open office hours. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.